And that's a great segue to our ambassador who is here on the island of St.Maarten. Welcome.
Thank you.
Feeling right at home.
I will make sure and keep that in mind.
You see that Kimbe you do that interview with? He will mash you right back out.
Yes.
Daniel who? What's up, Daniel?
I'm doing amazing, man. Happy to be here with you guys.
Yes,
this
man.
morning.
Good to have you here. It's Daniel Loveless or Loveless?
Daniel Loveless.
Daniel Loveless.
Yeah.
He loves the girls less. He's keeping it real.
He's out here whoring and touring doing his thing.
Oh, no.
No.
He's an international.
That sound like a married man talking.
He got a ring on his finger.
Nah.
Okay.
He's in international waters.
He's exploring the full experience.
Yes,
Let's
sir.
put it that way.
Oh, so you took him to those places then?
Maybe.
Okay,
What
then.
happens in St.Maarten?
This is St. Maarten, yeah.
It ends up on
on
Facebook.
Hands up. Let me see a finger.
So, Daniel, what brings you here?
I mean, I came here to do some content, in the country to showcase, the Caribbean's finest.
And after sitting here with us, you change your mind.
He took his phone, delete.
Oh, so this is the rough side of St.Maarten.
This is the real side.
I love the energy, man. Yeah, it's nice energy.
Yeah. This is your first time here?
This is my first time in St.
First
Maarten.
time.
Yeah, that's correct.
Okay.
So
I think the last time we met him was in Dominica, right? Like maybe 1 or 2 years ago for the World Creole Music Fest?
I was actually there, The year Burna Boy was there, actually.
Right, yes.
That was 2 years ago, you're right.
Oh, I got to see Burna Boy. Nice.
Yeah, that was a really nice experience for me.
Oh, whoopee.
Some sour grapes over there.
So yeah, man. So how's your experience been so far?
My experience has been amazing. The people have been treating me really nice, very friendly. So I understand why they call it the friendly island. Most people that I interview bring a gift for me. A lot of people has been showering me with gifts on the streets and stuff.
I see. So yeah.
It has been a very amazing experience so far.
What's been the best gift so far?
The best gift so far?
Yeah, tell us.
This that I'm wearing right now, this chain.
Oh, the St.Maarten chain.
Yeah.
All right.
Wearing it too, boy.
I didn't even notice it.
Who gave that one to you?
I got it from the station that we did the interview at yesterday.
Okay.
Yeah.
We're going to wrap this up. Thank you, Daniel, for joining us. Let's get to the question of the day.
So I hope I have a gift from here for you.
I tell you right now, we topping now.
You'd be lucky to get a coffee mug.
But actually, we do it. Wait,
Yeah, we will give you a coffee mug. How about that?
It's the thought that counts.
Yeah, it might say tropics on it, but yeah. We'll give you a coffee mug. Oh, my God. My man said, yeah, they gave me this chain. Look at it blazing. Thank you, Billy D. I was like, wow. Talk about throwing shots. You didn't even know you were throwing shots.
Yeah, right?
Damn, that hurt.
We all want to know who it is with you.
No, I know he was on Mighty 8 yesterday, right?
Yeah.
With Meline.
Thanks to
God,
New
they're
York. They were very warm and welcoming.
Just like you guys.
Nice.
Now, don't lie. Don't do that. Meline is something good to look at. This big belly season, I know. And that's why you have your shades on. It's okay.
Let me take them all. Let me take them
You
all.
can really connect,
Yeah, right. So how long have you been doing this, Daniel?
I've been doing this for the past decade,
That's been that long?
I started here in Trinidad and Tobago. It was a social experiment. People liked it. And, I just kept, going from, what do you call it? Going from strength to strength, yeah.
Right.
And, I just kept going. I started traveling, connecting with the Caribbean, and just adapting along the way and giving the audience, the type of content that they like.
And getting gifts.
Yeah, and getting gifts.
Yeah, right.
I'm going to do that. I'm going to go to every island and get gifts.
Get something, right?
Shucks.
Yeah, and I think because I'm giving gifts on the show and through the interviews, people kind of tend to give me gifts as
Give it
well.
back,
So
okay.
That's a blessing, I'm very grateful for it.
Okay, so besides St.Maarten, what was the best gift you ever got? Then you would say overall.
What is the best gift? The gift of life.
The gift of life? I don't want that. Come on, give me like.
You walk out.
He's going for e-cup.
I don't know. Must be trying to top the chain.
What would you say was your breakthrough that you said, okay, I think this is it. This is what, the people started to gravitate towards you.
Yeah,
What interview was that, you would say?
I definitely think that breakthrough came this year, at the beginning of this year. Although I've been doing it for a decade, I had a different format of what, where I would do, trivia questions and a lot of funny questions. But at the beginning of this year, I kind of felt like I outgrew that format and I wanted to have a deeper impact on the people and the Caribbean. So I decided one day when I was in Belize, actually, that I would just go out without any questions.
Okay.
And see what type of authentic content I could create. So I just started by just asking someone their name. And, you know, through that, asking them their name on camera, and then we got into their story and stuff. I realized how good it felt, you know, doing that type of content. And I was able to impact them, and I gave them a gift. And, you know, it was so nice. You know, the audience enjoyed it. And I just kept with that format. And, you know, I mean, here I am in St.
Here you are today.
Yeah. So I've been traveling, you know, the previous 9 years, over like 30 destinations around the Caribbean and the world, but now I'm just focusing on something else, you know, showcase the positive of each place, and just to be a light in each place that I visit.
And now with your growing numbers and everything, now you're getting invited to these places, or you still pay for your trips, or how does that work out now?
Yeah, well, it's sometimes half.
Okay.
Yeah. Sometimes, you know, tourism boards would reach out. So I did work with the Barbados Tourism Board, the Antigua Tourism Board, and well, the St.Maarten Tourism Bureau now.
Yeah.
But most times I just travel all the time. Sometimes I do like 2 or 3 Caribbean destinations monthly, and I just wait for people to get on board. I have a mindset that I don't like to wait for people to make decisions for me.
Right, you just take initiative.
Yeah, just go, and then people will fall in line and join and stuff. Because I really want to showcase the Caribbean in a special way. So I constantly just find a way to do that, regardless of sponsorship.
So have you basically been to all Caribbean islands as yet, or you still have a couple on the bucket list?
I still have a couple on the bucket list. So I'm going to visit the smaller ones. So I still have to go like Anguilla and these different ones. But I went to the popular, the larger ones so far that people would usually visit. So now I'm focusing on going to places that, you know, people don't really speak much about.
Right, the smaller
to really
islands.
highlight it and
now, your Trinidadians don't like to call us out in all your songs. Facts. There's more than Jamaica and Dominica. There's St.Maarten. No, I'm just kidding. Yeah. So you're here. You've been interviewing some of our local talents and artists as well. How do you decide? Like, what's the list that you come up with?
Right. So I usually allow the
because I ain't getting no call.
That was the saltiness.
He means that.
Well, we should do one. We can schedule you in to do one, man.
You can interview my belly.
So fans would usually comment when they see I'm at different places. So I would usually, you know, reach out to people and just say, hey, who do you think I should interview? And on the first day when I arrive and I put out the first interview, fans usually would comment and say, hey, we want to see this person, that person. And then I would reach out to them and kind of make it happen. So I kind of allow the audience to dictate who they want to see, and that's why I produce and, you know, pick people to interview.
Nobody loves ya.
You want to drop a comment for him, guys?
G, you had a question for him? Oh, you brought some? What, you brought something?
Mug.
Yeah, we got
I mean, it's not a gold chain.
I am very appreciative of it.
I mean,
your mug.
I'll have my coffee in this tomorrow morning.
There you go.
The station with the attitude. Yeah, I can feel it.
And it was never used. Just let you know it's brand new.
Thank you, man.
It's not off my desk. No, but what's the most interesting interview you've ever done? Anybody interesting that you've done that you've unexpectedly, like, wow, I went to this island and I interviewed XYZ?
Yeah, I think one of my most interesting interview, you know, might come from someone recently I did in Trinidad and Tobago called Saki. I don't know if you guys know Saki, Saki the artist, but he was, you know, he was just sharing on camera that, you know, he lost his mom, he lost his dad, he lost so many people, and he still pushed forward. And I would have never knew that information about him, you know, because he just continues hits after hits after hits. I mean, he's popular in Trinidad and Tobago, and you know, in many different regions around the Caribbean. So it was amazing to me to see, no matter how many challenges he faced, he was still able to keep pushing through.
Okay.
You know, regardless of that. So I think that was really interesting. But I think every interview brings, you know, its own level of interest. Because I really get the opportunity to learn the people who we look up to as celebrities and influencers and stuff. I get to learn them behind the scenes. So it's like, you know, the audience gets to learn who they really are. Right. I also get to learn it in real time. That's why I purposefully don't do any research on the people that I interview, so that I have an opportunity to really experience them firsthand, just like the audience does. So that's always interesting for me. Like, I didn't know who DJ Kembe was. I didn't know who else did I do?
You did Outkast,
Tamelia. I didn't really, Ken You. I didn't really know much about these
King
people.
James, King James, yeah. Right.
So I was able to learn about them firsthand, because that's the experience that I want to give the audience as well. I don't want to say, hey, this is King James and he won this and he won that, and that's why you should follow him. I want to learn about him.
Right. So you want them to tell the story while you're doing the interview with them, right?
And that makes for the best experiences. And I mean, I'm grateful that the St. Maarten people are really enjoying the content, and a special thank you to Jacquie and the entire
Jacquie, you say Jacquie.
the entire St.Maarten Tourism Bureau, they've been doing, really hard work behind the scenes to enable me to get around. They got me a luxury vehicle.
What?
Majestic
Big up to Majestic Vanu, big up yourself.
Yeah, they put me up in a Holland House hotel.
What? Even we don't get that treatment from here. That's messed up.
You got your own house.
So I'm really, really appreciative of all the support. I don't take it for granted, and I'm constantly working to bring forward the best possible content that I can.
So you mentioned you've been doing this for 10 years, and a lot of people want to be or try to be social media influencers. And you said you've been doing it for 10 years. How difficult was it for you in the beginning? Because you're getting rent-a-cars, you're in Holland House, but in the beginning, how difficult was it for you or was it difficult for you?
I mean, I don't think it was difficult, I think that, since I was really, really young, I always had that kind of go-getter mindset, and I never looked at challenges as difficulties, but I'm also looked at it as obstacles. So I always just try to figure out a way to make it work. And I would always do interviews and say, this thing not easy and stuff. But it was only recently I came to terms to understand that it's actually easy for me. I don't, make any problems about anything. And even though now I get good treatment in certain places, like I'd come here and put me up in a nice hotel, drive a nice car. It's not always like that, because sometimes I travel to places on my own. So I'm always close to the ground in a sense. So it's like when I leave here and I go to the next destination, I'm not sure if it will be sponsored. I'm not sure if I'd be in a 5-star hotel. So, I'm just always prepared to deal with whatever is in front of me, and always prepared to overcome that obstacle. The other day I went to Guyana and I wasn't able to get a car rental, so I had to taxi all over the place. Okay. So it was a different experience.
You were slumming.
Yeah, basically. Yeah. Taxi all over the place. No car rentals were available, The place I was staying, probably didn't enjoy it the most, but, I made it work. So I think it's always about making what you have work, making what you have do. And, so I'm grateful for the greater experiences like this, where it's like this luxury lifestyle. Some experiences are not so luxury, some are way. Like I went to British Virgin Islands, they put me in a mansion. I was shocked. I started to say my prayers when I walk in the place. I was like, boy, I need to stay humble.
Yeah, right. This place, if you break anything, then
this place is really nice. So, I'm just always, filled with gratitude, and I try not to attach myself too much to the good things that come.
How did your fans adapt to your change of format? Because like you said, you were doing more of the comedy, you're going on the streets, asking people questions, and then you decided to change the format into a more Q&A type of interview style.
Yeah.
What was the feedback from your fans? Because people don't like change.
Yeah, correct.
But eventually they'll get used to it. But I'm sure it was tough on them, or at least you in the beginning.
Yeah, I mean, they actually adapted to it really well, which is why I feel like it was meant to be. Only I would see a few comments. If a video has 500 comments, 2 people would say, I prefer the other format of what, And, people would even see me in real and say, no, I prefer the other format, I prefer the kicks, I prefer the comedy. But I needed to make a decision that was good for me.
Right.
So for a long time, I was making a decision that was good for people, and, what I think people would want, or what would just get views or likes. And I just decided to switch the format, and this format works better even numbers-wise. It's like before, I would go to a place and do an entire episode and get 100,000 views on that episode. Now, each individual video that I do garners sometimes 100,000 views plus.
Yeah.
Some even doing 500,000 views. So it's a blessing to be able to put out videos every day and have them go viral. That I don't even set as a goal. So before with What You Know, that was the goal in the previous format.
That's what you were working for. You wanted those views.
We're looking for that joke. We're looking for a man to spell a word wrong to get that viral content. But now it's just more authentic. Just, bringing out the best in people. And then in the end, the people feel happy. I feel happy. And I mean, I have been able to turn around that support to probably 90% people liking the new format and 10% people saying, hey, we want this.
Yeah.
To 100% people now just loving the content.
Just loving,
Yeah, so it is a blessing to, visit different countries. What happened in the beginning was that I would go to a specific country and they would like the content. But people out of that country would be like, hey, we prefer this type of content. But now, traveling to various different places and doing the same thing, I think I've been able to bring about a unity. So, every different country, some people comment and say, I'm from Barbados.
Yeah.
And I'm happy that, you're doing this content because we got to learn about King James. I was reading some comments about Tamilia yesterday. That was like, wow, we didn't know about her, but she has a beautiful voice. I want to visit St.Maarten now. I'm going to follow her journey. So it's very humbling to see that I could bring the Caribbean together in that special way and just connect the dots.
Exactly. Yeah. All right.
So, for those who don't know you, who is Mr. Loveless?
Daniel Loveless. I am I'm a listener. I tend to say that I'm not like really an interviewer.
Ladies, you hear that? A man that listens. He's a unicorn.
Yeah.
Not very much of those out there.
So my interviews, I just tend to just like to listen. I've learned a lot through interviewing people. So I would say, you know, I'm a listener. I'm a giver. You know, I like to give gifts.
I'm pretty sure you do.
Yeah.
Hey!
I'm a giver, you know, I like to give gifts, you know, and I just like to, you know, try to stay true to myself and try to constantly connect with myself. I literally went on the beach last night, near my hotel, like 12 midnight. I just lying on the sand, just looking at the
What's
stars.
her name? What's her name?
What's her name?
You went on the beach with?
No, me alone. Yeah, I actually, you know, like to spend time alone too, you know. I just went and just look at the stars and just, you know, be grateful. So I just like to stay true to myself, and doing things like that helps me to constantly connect with myself and connect with everything around me.
Okay, so let me get a little deeper into my question. When I say who is Mr. Like in Trinidad, this is your full-time job, you're a father, what do you do? And you know,
no, I'm not a I'm not a father.
That
I
he
don't
knows
think I'd be one anytime soon.
he's got a kid on every island. Now that's a Netflix series. Mr. Dad.
Yeah, right?
Yeah, so you know, in Trinidad, I do what you know full time. You know, this is my.
This is your full time.
Yeah.
Okay.
It works. It has been working for the past 10 years, and it just works out for me. And you know, in Trinidad, you know, I feel very valued and appreciated by my country. They love me so much, so it's a blessing to be there. I remember like years ago, I had a kind of love-hate relationship with Trinidad because certain people didn't like me, and you know, now even I've grew that love 100% for my country. I just so love to be there. Like even before I travel, I was like, wait, boy, I really want to leave and go. You know, I really love to be home. So you know, home is where the heart is.
I mean, there's a lot of content coming out of Trinidad, especially with from you. You have
what's his name? I was here.
Samson.
Yeah.
Oh, you have Kyle.
There's Kyle.
Right. Yeah. There's a lot of content coming out of Trinidad now that's putting you guys on the map, not only for music, but saying like, okay, we know comedy. These guys are good.
Other than soca.
That's correct.
You know?
Yeah. And you know, I'm so happy to see these brothers doing their thing. You know, I mean, we're really good friends with all of them as well. So we constantly just chat. And you know, it's just a blessing to see everybody just, you know, doing their thing in their own individual ways. We often collaborate a lot and do, you know, different things just to keep uplifting each other, you know. And that's a culture I'm trying to promote not only in Trinidad and Tobago, but the Caribbean as well. I'm trying to involve people in my opportunities as well. So it's something like I brought my brother Joshua Grello from Trinidad, so he's here as well, you know, doing his thing, just trying to expose, you know, local talent to the world and just encouraging everybody, just lifting everybody up. I think as creators we need to lift each other up and not just try to just take everything for ourselves.
Well, what is your goal when it comes to creating content? Because I know the last time we had Samson here, he said his goal was every day, right, to drop a video. What is it for you? Is it every day as well, or do you have a schedule?
Well, I mean, it happens to be every day, so I mean, I guess that happens by default, but I don't think the goal is every day. The goal is just, you know, to impact people in a positive way. And when I put out content for people to just enjoy it and just learn about somebody else. I mean, being a creator for the past 10 years, I've often craved people to tell me good job, and I didn't get that adoration and admiration from the previous format, because people would just see me as a clown. Hey, that's the guy, anything. And I realized that, you know, I would be doing a lot of work behind the scenes and no one would ever really say, good job, I see the quality increasing or whatever. And because I realized that I had that void within myself, I realized that I needed to give more love. Then that would fill the void. So now me giving love, I take my job very seriously. It's a very heavy responsibility, because I know that I'm putting another person up for admiration. And you know, I know that many people that I interview would call me and say, you know, I didn't really feel appreciated before, and I feel appreciated now. And these are people who have been in the business even more than a decade, like Edwin Yearwood, for instance, from Barbados. He's saying, all aboard. You all know him, right?
He's been here many times.
I did an interview with Edwin, and I mean, as big as he is, he would have called me after and said, boy, you know, on some days I would really feel like appreciated. This one interview enabled me to feel appreciated and realize that my country actually loves me. That's because people don't really say it. They say, hey, I love this song, I love this thing, but they don't realize the human behind it. So I try to put that human at the forefront, and by default, I mean, I get the praise and I get the admiration, but for me it's more about putting people, it's like I don't even need the fame for myself. I experience so much of it,
right?
So I'm more interested in just putting people forward and whatever rewards come for me, I'll take it. It doesn't matter. But
So how is it for like you? Let's say you're back in Trinidad. What's a day for Daniel? Can you walk down the road without being attacked? Not attacked, but if everybody coming to you like, hey, I want a picture, want to talk to you.
I mean, it happens everywhere. It's happening all over the Caribbean right now. So
10 years.
It is a blessing, you know. And I mean, a day in my life in Trinidad, I just interviews. Even the day after I get back to Trinidad, I already have interviews. I have Charles Marshall, Nessa Preppy, Marshall, you know, I've just interviews just lined up. So I just I love to work. That's just all I love to do. So I just kind of focus on that, you know. That's my fun. That's where I get fulfillment. If I don't do that, I don't feel fulfilled. So I just literally feed into my purpose and constantly just do that all the time.
Yeah. Now, when it comes to, of course, you know, creating your content, and I'm sure many of your interviews are longer than what you actually put out there because you have to keep it short because everyone has a short attention span. Have you ever thought about taking some of these interviews and making them into like maybe longer versions of maybe a podcast or a documentary series that you want to add also to give people even, you know, more in depth of what you actually had, the conversation that you had with them?
Right. Well, two things. So I don't I put out the full length of the videos. So I don't.
Okay. So
literally all my reels and stuff on Instagram are the full extent of what happened. So the guests who speak longer, I'd cut them up into parts because of the limitation, the 15-minute limitation on the reels. But I am going to start also today posting a YouTube video every single day. Till whenever. It's just going to have YouTube videos every day, so you guys can check that out. Because I've been building a lot of content, so you could go out and check it there. And I mean, I don't limit it. The videos are not heavily edited. It's the raw versions of the conversation. And probably I might turn it into a podcast as well. Because why not? I mean, I have the conversations there. Yeah. So yes, definitely.
You have any brands like reach out to you? Because I know like the other Trinidadian comedians and Samson and everything, they have brands like churches and whoever behind them. Do you have brands behind you as well?
Yes, a lot of brands reach out to me, but I'm very particular with the brands that I want to work with. I think I just have a vision for the brand, and I don't want it too heavily sponsored. So I don't really aspire to collaborate with too many brands. I'm open to it, but I always
want to keep it authentic.
I vet my collaborations very carefully. So while I know that I could be there as well, I could have the churches or the KFC or the different brands. For me, it's just about authenticity. And for me, it's like if I can't find a way to make that fit in authentically in my brand, I'm not going to do it. And it's a decision I had to make at the beginning of this year.
Right.
And just kind of like feed into my purpose. So I be turning down things left, right, and center. If it doesn't align, then it just doesn't make sense, you know. So I try, and that has brought me more fulfillment as well. Because I've begun to realize that, you know, money doesn't matter. If you put out love out there, some way, somehow, you're always going to just get back. You're going to be taken care of. Which is why I came here for free, just to connect with the St.Maarten people. And you know, it's just love for me. So I tend to not to worry about money at all.
Right.
Anything you love, less chicken box.
I know, right? Let me see your wallet there, no? Since you don't care too much about the money, pass it on.
And just to touch on that a little bit, because I was admiring some of his interviews, and I inboxed him. He told me email
him. You showed us the interviews, Jackie? What's it, Jackie?
You slid up in his DM, huh, Jackie?
I sure did.
I inboxed him.
Yes, on behalf of the St.Maarten Tourism Bureau. And then I emailed him immediately, and within a couple hours, he said yes.
Dude, how many seasons in March? Why are they sending me this now?
No, I was excited when I got the email.
Still have more to offer.
No, I was excited when I got the email because, you know, the day before I was thinking, you know, it might be a good experience to go to St.Maarten. I've always wanted to come, but I just never, you know, I never got along to doing it. And when I got the email, I was like, yes, I'm coming. Don't worry about the budget. I'm coming. Just take care of me. I'm coming. When are we booking the flights? And, you know,
but he should have did Sabre Station one time. No, seriously.
Yeah, he's right next door.
Yeah.
It's right next door.
It is. And oftentimes we do promote the multi-destination experience, but in this case, we wanted to really take time to connect with our cultural ambassadors and the individuals on the island to showcase all that we have to offer. And he will be back, so there will be another phase that we will, you know, look at some other aspects of the partnership.
Now, Jackie, when it comes to the influencers, when it comes to the influencers and the ambassadors that you guys chose, how did you go through that? It's because you have Daniel, you also have Alison Hines, who was here with us yesterday.
Well. Yes.
You have the lady from Dominica, she's here also.
Right.
Yeah. How did you go through the list and say,
Well, we go through basically in my review, I look at who's connecting within their own communities, who can give us that level of exposure by immersing themselves in our community, who is not only very visible, but good to work with, not just on a one-off, but also to build that relationship and that partnership over the long term.
Okay.
Because this particular initiative, we are the Caribbean. We are one Caribbean. This shouldn't be something, it's just a promotion for 1 year or 2 year or whatever number of years. This should be building and planting seeds for building a larger movement as bringing the Caribbean together and using St.Maarten as the hub. We've been the hub for so many things. Why not be the hub for cultural development? Why not be the hub for the artist, the hub for these different experiences that we offer that's unique? One of the biggest questions I get all the time, what's so unique about St.Maarten? We're half Dutch, we're half French, but we're also so multicultural, and we basically live in peace on the island and build upon those different cultures to create such a unique experience for everybody.
Right.
So where else better than St.Maarten for everybody to come and then connect and develop and grow as a stronger Caribbean together?
True.
So we want to do much, much more. This is just the beginning. Yeah.
What do you do usually in your off days or in your off time, Daniel?
I don't have any.
You don't have any?
The man said he loves to work.
This man jumped off the flight, and within an hour, he was set up.
Yeah, he set up the interview with Kembe, right?
Yes.
And it went on
immediately.
And then Kembe said later on today the interview is going to be up, and within like 20 minutes, the interview was already up.
Like if you look at my calendar, it's just like blue.
Yeah, so
work.
We admire his dedication, his creativity, and all that he's doing to really expose different experiences in St.Maarten on a different level. For instance, the interview with Outkast, he
thought he was a tourist, right?
Not only that. Stop it. He talked about that. He was bullied when he was younger.
Why am I interviewing the bellhop for the hotel? I don't want to interview the bellhop.
Y'all leave Outkast alone, please, and thanks. But I learned so many things about him.
Yeah, he wanted to be a wrestler.
Yes. Daniel had that unique way of pulling that out so naturally. Yeah. And I'm like, wow, it allows us also to connect with our people and recognize the importance of what they're doing. Because Outkast also travels throughout the Caribbean as a cultural ambassador. So now when he describes himself and then he gets this level of exposure through your platform, it can take us on an entirely different level when it comes to tourism, but also growing our culture and our people and the community throughout the Caribbean.
Now, I know you said, Daniel, that you're doing this, to connect the Caribbean with one another. But do you plan on taking this outside of the Caribbean as well?
Probably sometime soon. Because you're
going to run out of islands, bro. After a while, it's like, okay, we're done.
So
much. Let's do the 50 states.
I'm gonna like do the diaspora and stuff. Probably like up New York and Miami and stuff soon. But I just really focusing on connecting with the Caribbean because even though I've been doing it for a decade, I haven't been doing it for a decade with this format. So, I mean, technically, I only did Trinidad, Barbados, St. Martin, Belize, Grenada, with the new format. So there's many more places like I'm going to touch Jamaica.
You know which island I'm waiting for?
Where?
I'm waiting for you to do Haiti.
Haiti. Yeah, that probably.
I got to see that interview.
Once the plane can land, then no problem. He's good to go. What about Dominican Republic?
Yeah, I went there.
Mami, ¿cómo estás?
You can actually do Dominican Republic right here.
That's true, too. On this whole street, you could do the Dominican Republic. Trust me.
I was literally asking somebody, where's our Lisa 101? I was like,
the Malecon.
Lisa.
We're in Spanish Town, as they call us. Yes, sir.
We're on the Malecon.
Yes.
All right. So where on the island? I know you've been visiting and talking to the people, but where on the island would you say has been something that captured like, wow, this place is really, really beautiful?
So far, I've only been based in Phillipsburg and a few other places. But what I can say is that this weekend I'm going to experience some other things other than interviews. So I had a very fruitful meeting with a production company, and we're going to be doing some amazing things to showcase St. Maarten in a very, very special way. So you guys keep it locked. You know, this weekend I'm going to be doing some exciting things.
He's going to be out and about.
Yeah.
He's going to be whoring and touring. So you don't know. Daniel, if anyone wants to, follow you on social media, how can they find you?
Yeah, you could check on my pages at What You Know TT. That's WHATYUHKNOWTT. Or at I Am Daniel Loveless. The 2 pages are connected, so you could check me out and make sure and just even if not follow me, at least follow the different various artists and influencers that I interview, because it's really about them. It's not really about me or building a large following or so. It happens to be large, which I'm grateful for, but it's more about showcasing the various people that I interview.
All right. Anybody else?
Yes, sir. No.
That's it. All right. Well, Daniel, thank you. We don't want to hold you up too much because I know you got some filming to do.
Jackie.
And don't forget, this afternoon you have Allison Hines, right?
Yes, we have Up Close and Personal with Allison Hines at the University of St.Maarten. That is being hosted by St.Maarten Tourism Bureau in collaboration with the University of St.Maarten, along with Essence of Mind, Phenomenal Women, and the Holland House Beach Hotel. So I'm grateful to everybody who have been showing love, because wherever we go, there's that warm welcome. People go above and beyond. So thank you to the Tourism Bureau. Thank you to the people of St. Maarten for showing that sweet St. Maarten experience. We truly appreciate it. So be there from 3 to 6 at USM this afternoon. Up Close and Personal with Allison Hines.
And if you didn't know,
now you know.
We out.
All right. Before you leave, Daniel, we got one more question. We do something called the question of the day here on the show. What was the last cereal that you ate?
The last cereal that I ate? I can't really remember. I'm vegan, so I can't really remember.
Oh, you're vegan?
Yeah.
Okay.
I actually went to the Eitel Chuck this morning.
Big up to Ras Bush, man.
Yeah. He gave me his book and stuff.
Yeah. Okay. All right. So, Daniel, thank you again. Enjoy the rest of the island. Until when you're here?
I'm here until next week, Wednesday. So
for a while, man.
And I'm coming back for Carnival.
He being Lotus this weekend.
All right. He be clubbing. All right. Well, good to meet you again, Daniel.
Good to meet you too, my friend. Thank you.
All right. Laser 101 the station with the attitude.